Hi everybody, Stevie here from Never Too Late to Travel. Had a couple of interesting emails from people that knew that I was going to be down in Pattaya and jumping this weekend, and they both come up with the same question. What is happening to the multi-storey condo that remains unfinished at the back of Bali Pier here in Pattaya? So I've done a little bit of research, so as we walk around I'll tell you a little bit about the history of it. So I hope you find it interesting. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and if you're new to my channel I hope that you're enjoying the content. So with that, we'll start our little walk and I'll narrate the story to you. So we'll head off down here, down the famous walking street here in Pattaya. It's daytime, so not a lot happening at the moment, and I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this unfinished condo. Firstly, before we get going on the story of this construction build, I'd like to throw out a big thank you to Adam Judd, who works at Pattaya News, and he's kindly given me permission to use some of his published material. He did quite a large background history on this place, and I found his information invaluable. So Adam, thank you very much. If you're listening, it's really appreciated. Thank you. The project's history actually stretches right back to the year 2004, when the concept of building this condo at the back of Bali Pier was first considered. Everything was going fine until July 2014, when the Pattaya city officials halted the construction of this 53-storey condominium. And this followed an internet firestorm after photographs showing the tower obstructing a very well-known and respected viewpoint went viral. I must just stop here for a minute and deviate from the telling of my story. This is the famous walking street in Pattaya, and the construction and renovation stage should have been finished months ago. And I think if you look around as we're walking along Walking Street, that there remains a lot of unfinished work, and materials and tools scattered all over the place. And for saying now that Pattaya is beginning to open up again, I find it a little bit disappointing. Anyway, enough of my little rant, and we'll get straight back into the story. So the construction phase was halted, and the mayor at the time, he stated that the project had continually followed all rules and regulations from the beginning of the construction phase, and he urged anyone with concerns to investigate them and report their findings back to the officials in Pattaya. The internet firestorm alleged that the viewpoint being obstructed was that of the monument of the father of the Thai Royal Navy, which to all intents and purposes was supposed to be looking out to sea and also to the islands, and not onto a partially built condominium. The developer, in his defence, argued that all rules and regulations had been followed. Now, officially, construction on the waterfront suites and residence was ordered by relevant agencies on July the 16th, 2014, to stop after safety inspectors discovered that the building, particularly its fire escapes and elevator systems, allegedly varied from previously approved construction designs. A press conference was convened on August the 18th, 2014, and this was to address the chain of complaints that had gone viral on the internet. The order to stop work only came after thousands of complaints on Thai social media from outraged citizens over the project, including environmental groups. Photographs showing the tower obstructing a large chunk of Pattaya.The were published not only on Facebook but Twitter and other medium platforms in mid-2014, with many outraged Thais writing a message on republished pictures to the National Council for Peace. The vast majority of comments were very negative, claiming the condo ruined the viewpoint hill and the area around Bali Pier. The complaints accused the developer of building a structure both taller and closer to the beach than permitted, and it noted it also obstructs the viewpoint of the monument, who happens to be the father of the Thai Royal Navy, sitting on the top of Pattaya Hill, which is very important to the Thai Royal Navy. The former mayor continued to repeatedly state that the project, again first launched in 2004, had continually followed correct and fully transparent legal process. However, the mayor noted during the approval process that Pattaya City Hall did oppose the size of the tower, noting its impact on the skyline, but the city's objections were reportedly overruled by the building board and regional leaders. The former mayor also said allegations that waterfront suites were built too close to the sea were incorrect. Law covering the Bali High area forbids building within 100 metres of the waterline. However, Pattaya had already approved construction of a new marina build on reclaimed land. That project, according to the former mayor, extended the shoreline out by 100 metres, thus making this condominium build legal. However, it appears that project developers or contractors had strayed from the approved plans, at least when it came to fire escapes and elevators. Further checks were stated to be made of the entire structure to see what else, if anything, had been changed. The mayor said it was possible that if the changes were substantial, officials would have to go to court to have the multi-billion baht project demolished. He claimed the city and the government had nothing to do with any changes to the project and put the blame squarely on the developers. Clearly, the situation was complex, with nobody taking responsibility. Well, you can clearly see as we're progressing slowly here up Walking Street, narrating this story, you can see the conditions of the road is getting even worse, with even more outstanding work still required to be completed. Like I said, with Pattaya slowly opening up now, you would have expected this area to already been completed and up and running, but sadly that is not the case. But I do know in the evening that many businesses and venues along here are actually open. Anyway, back to our story, and I'll try to keep the little rants that I have bouncing in my head to myself. The online furor over the condo continued and construction remained halted. The sales office, however, for the condominium complex stayed open and continued to sell and promote the online website, which I found to be quite astonishing, really. However, as court battles and legal claims from various groups and condo owners began, the company behind the waterfront began allegedly losing money defending the condo in court. The construction company and contractors who had been signed to a contract to complete the condo had also reportedly sued successfully for a large amount of money, and that exact amount of money was undisclosed. The condo stood still almost for 4 years as an abandoned and decomposing hulk of a structure, becoming the monstrosity which it is today. In mid-2018, the crane at the top of the waterfront was ordered by Pattaya City officials to be removed after concerns of it possibly collapsing after sitting unused since 2014. A private contractor was employed to remove the crane in September. Talks and rumours were taking place about possibly lowering the number of floors, but at this time, with the developers bankrupt, the contractors having sued successfully in court, and the prior mayor out of office, the situation became stagnant. As of 2020, it is believed that there are still many outstanding lawsuits, and the project will for now continue to be an eyesore on the city as it waits for multiple lawsuits and legal wrangling to conclude. And when that date is complete, nobody truly knows. Some sources say Pattaya City Council would like to order to demolish the building, but that is difficult to do so with the lawsuits pending. The project was not recently mentioned as part of the Bali High revamped, and plans for a cruise ship terminal in the next decade or so. It appears that at least some officials would prefer the project to go away. For now, this project continues to slowly decay on Pattaya.The, with many questions of what the future of the building will be. So there, my friends, you have it. As many of you have noticed, this condo build still remains decaying at the end of Bali High Pier, and nothing seems to be moving forward for now. However, I suppose that in the background things are afoot to rectify the situation, but that remains to be seen. So my friends, I hope that's answered some of your questions surrounding this monstrosity of a 53-storey condominium, and at the same time I hope you found it interesting. It was also nice to walk along Walking Street and see how the renovations and the work is being brought to conclusion, but as you can appreciate, there is many work still to be completed. I'm hoping to walk down a little bit further now and past this automated car parking facility and show you a little bit of the monstrosity of a condo and show you what it looks like today. One would imagine if the condo had been completed that it would have given outstanding views out to sea into the islands, but sadly, as Thais rightly object to it destroying the view from the top of the hill, that's very unlikely to happen. So as we near the front of this condominium, you can clearly still see that it's barriered off, and some of the floors look partially complete, and some are just open sides with no fittings like windows and balcony stuff. So there you have it, my friends. What a monstrosity, and what an awful shame, and a poor use of money. Just let's hope in the future that there is some resolve to the issues and the problems surrounding this build, and that something can be salvaged from all this mess. And as we start heading back now into the centre of Pattaya, some actual beautiful views here of Pattaya.The. Always nice and refreshing to come down and take a walk around this area, watching the boats travel out to the islands. Always frequented by lots of overseas visitors, So my friends, I do hope that you found this video interesting, and it's answered a few questions for the people that submitted them to me. Quite a sad story really, but anyway, we'll live to see what happens in the future, and let's hope this development gets sorted out, and the building gets finished off, especially for the people that put a vast amount of money down in deposits, etc. So my friends, thank you very much again for watching. Please don't forget to leave comments, subscribe, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. Take care of yourselves.